Good morning. Well, it's morning time here. As you guys see, I'm drinking my protein coffee. And I just wanted to hop in here today, man, and talk to you guys about, as you guys know, we just ran the Las Vegas Marathon this past Sunday. Today's Wednesday. And I just wanted to give you guys my full experience, my takeaways, and just overall give you guys a breakdown of how the race went for me. I went into this race with a really big goal, man, and I'll get into that here a little bit later in the episode, but I'll also let you guys know I didn't accomplish that. Well, there's no excuse that I didn't accomplish the goal. There was a lot of factors that I faced in that race that I was not prepared for. Insane, right? Because I trained for 16 weeks leading up to that one day. And that day, man, I was just faced with things that, out of my control, out of my hands. And it's a humbling experience, right? Because you work so hard to achieve something and to something, especially with a target, with a goal. And that day, it just went how it went. First, I want to say, man, that was the first Las Vegas Marathon they've ever done out here, and it was an incredible experience. They did a really, really good job for the first time. They were very organized. There was a lot of people. I think there was like 2,000 people in total just in the marathon. They also had a half marathon, then a 7:02. So instead of a 10K, they did 7:02 because of Vegas area code. So that was really cool, and it was cool because there was, a huge crowd. And I will say, Vegas massively for this race, right? We started, the marathon started all the way up in Red Rock, so it's the mountains up here, and it came all the way down Charleston, going through, all of Las Vegas, down to the Strip, and we finished down at Fremont Street, which is the old Strip. Great course, all downhill. It was... They had porta potties every 2 miles, which was freaking amazing. Yeah, it was an incredible race. We had a lot of people participate from the gym. We had a couple people in the marathon. We had 5 or 6 people in the half marathon, 3 to 4 people in the 7:02. So it was really, really cool experience. Have the team out there and just see every single one of them conquer something hard and push themselves out of their comfort zone, right? Because those races, I don't know where that came from. Those races they're not easy, right? Regardless of the distance, man, it pushes you, it gets your comfort zone. And a lot of people never do those things because of fear. So overall, I'm just really, really proud of the team, really proud of everybody that did it, because not only did they show up massively, but also crushed it, man. They gave that race everything they had, and you could just tell, not only by the joy, but the pride and the sense of accomplishment that they felt. This whole week I've seen them here at the gym. It's just to see that, right? Because the reason we do hard things is because it elevates our sense of pride, our sense of purpose, our sense of, it just gives us confidence, right? Because we just conquered something hard, something that most people won't do. So it was great. It was an incredible experience. Now, going into the race, how it went for me, woke up. We had to be at our bus. Our bus loading was at 3:30 a.m. So in order for me to still get my habits knocked out, I had to wake up at 2, I think I woke up at 2:10 that morning, because I had to do my cold shower. I did my gratitude, my affirmation, and just ate breakfast, did my sure that everything was prepared. So, we were 2:10, got all my stuff knocked out in the morning, made sure everything was prepared, my food was packed and everything. Left the house at 2:45-ish, at 2:45, 2:50. And we got to Fremont, which is where the bus was loading, at 3:20, 3:15. It's insane to see that many people downtown, just ready for this, right? Ready to conquer things. Bus loading went smooth. It was, pretty. We were all up. It did take a little bit of time, but they did a really good job at, getting people to get sure that they were, everybody was organized. We got on the bus. I think we ended up getting on the bus at 3:40, something like that. And I'll tell you, man, I knocked the fuck out on that bus. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. Sorry. I knocked out on the bus. I literally passed out. sit next to me. He confirmed I was snoring. I am a snorer, especially if I pass out like on a bus, man. You just that position of your neck, you know what I'm saying? You snoring for sure. I passed out, and next thing I knew, we arrived at Red Rock. As soon as we got to Red Rock, I think it was like 4:10. So we still had like 50-minute gap. Oh no, the race started at 6. I'm sorry. We had a 2 hour or 1 hour and 50-minute gap before the race started. And let me tell you guys, man, it was freaking cold out there. It was 37 degrees, which that's not too bad, right? But it was so windy. And obviously you're up at the top of the mountain, so like there is nothing covering you, nothing blocking you. So we get there. As soon as we got there, we went straight for the porta potties. We got in line. Thankfully, we did that right when we got there because it got insane after that. And then once we got out of the potty, you know, we kind of found a spot in our little, like one of those thermal blankets, which I never used in my life before. I have never opened one of those. I didn't even worked, to be honest with you. Like I always saw people wear them, but I never understood how it worked. And it did, right? It definitely blocked the wind for sure. But yeah, we just pretty much found a little spot. We kind of sat down and just put ourselves in that about like 20 minutes before the race. A lot of cool people up there, a lot of homies that I ran into. So it was cool to see everybody just, you know, mentally preparing themselves. It was a sea of people up there though. And like I said, it was cold. It was really, really cold up where, you know, people are trying to like block the wind. So you see people behind like the cars that were up there. We'd see people behind the porta potties, which by the way, I thought that was hilarious that people were like behind the porta potties at one point. Like there was a little gap in porta potties, and there was people inside in the middle of the two porta potties sitting down at the bottom. And all I could think about, man, is, I mean, I hate saying it, but think about the warmth of, you know, what's in the porta potty. That's what they were warming themselves up with. Oh boy, I mean, I guess as long as it wasn't touching them, right? But nasty. To me, right, at least, because I would just be thinking about that the entire time. Like, and then on top of that, you're hearing everything going on in the porta potty, dude. Like, that is just not. Anyways, move on from that. You know, 15, 20 minutes before we get up, right? I had just eaten my bagel, one last meal before we started. We stretched a little bit, you know, got a little warm up. It was still cold up there though, so we just had to keep moving. And it was start time, man. 6 a.m. hit, countdown started, nerves started to hit, right? We've been prepping for 16 for this race. Yeah, so race starts. The starting point where we were, it was a massive downhill. The whole race was actually downhill, but that beginning part was really downhill. So it was really hard, right? Because one of the biggest things people telling me is like, make sure you save your energy for the end. Make sure you're not, you're not going too beginning. But it was so hard to slow down because we were going straight downhill. My pace at that beginning part was like 7-minute per mile pace. That's fast, right? For me, at least. But I couldn't slow down. If I slowed down, I was taxing my quads by like, you know, almost braking a little. I just kind of went with it, right? Pace between like 7:30. And then it flattened out a little bit. And once it flattened out, you know, I found the guy about half a mile, you know, about a mile in. I found the guy. My goal pace, or my target time at race was to end under 3:30. So I wanted to end at 3:30. So I found the pacer of 3:30, right? Little guys that are holding the little sign, and you just kind of run with them. Well, I started following that group, and initially it felt good, but at one point, like after a mile of keeping up with them, mile and a half, I was feeling like I was putting too much energy out. So like I was trying to be wise, right? I knew that I still had 20 something miles to go, and I felt that I was expending a little too much energy. So I was like, all right, bro, like this is a little too much. You want to burn yourself out. So I pushed myself back to the 3:45 pace, 3:45 pacer group. I was able to hold that, no problem. Like that was a solid pace for me. I think we were sitting at like a 8:10, something like that. That felt good. That felt nice. I could have kept that the entire time. But as soon as, so I got back to them, I went for about a half a mile with them, and dude, as soon as I got back to them, I had this urge to go to the bathroom. I almost forgot to say too, I had a caffeinated gel right before I started, which I hadn't done before. and I stopped. I had to go to I had them, right? So I stopped. I go to the bathroom. I go real quick. I try to make it as fast as I possibly could, and then when I come out, I see the guy for the 345, and he's like far. Like I saw his shirt. I couldn't even see the sign, but I remember what his shirt looked like. So my first instinct was catch up to them. Like go, I'm trying to like catch up to them, right? Putting out big effort, big effort, big effort. Myself like, bro, slow down. Like just steer, stay consistent. I held my pace. I just went right back to that pace we were holding with that group at 8:15. Actually, I think I went until like 8:30 just to kind of hold that pace. And, going 4 miles down the road. So the first time I used the bathroom was at 3 miles. It's 7 miles. Again, my stomach started to hurt again. And at that point, I'm pretty sure it was the caffeinated gel that messed my stomach up, plus the nerves, plus everything going on, right? Because I hadn't eaten anything different. So mile 7, it hits me again. I have to go to the bathroom. Again, I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. At that station where I stopped, all porta potties were taken, so I had to wait a minute, somebody to come out, but I had to go. And now this is something that I noticed, and I'm sure it's a normal thing, but like some people are just like, they were running. I couldn't do that. I waited for once I got in there, I got as fast as I could. And at that point, man, I had already probably lost a minimum of 10 minutes of my pace, of my time, but it was okay. I was cool, right? I just wanted to get back to it, keep that consistent pace, and just keep rocking along. Got back into it, right? We're mile 7. I felt great. I felt good. I felt like I had energy. I felt well trained. I felt well conditioned. Legs felt good. Bro, went another 6 miles. Mile 13, right at the halfway point, right where the half marathon started. I had to go to the bathroom again, man. And like that one was, when I tell you it was a close call, it was a close call. I almost did not make it to that porta potty, but I did. So I make it barely, right? I go try to make it as fast as I could, and then I literally look, and there's no freaking toilet paper in that porta potty. Thankfully, in my Camelback, I had brought in our little packet that they gave us, there was dude wipes in there. I am so grateful that I grabbed that, and I don't even know why I grabbed that, because I didn't think I was gonna need it, but for some reason I packed it in my bag, thankfully, right? Because if not, I would have lost the sock. Anyways, so mile 13, right? Bathroom, no toilet paper, and at that point, like, dude, I was just frustrated. Not a single one of my long runs that I did in my training period did I have to go to the bathroom that bad. Maybe once, right? But 3 times, bro, I was just being 110% honest, but I just had to, bro, it is what it is, right? Just finish this race. Like, just go for it, right? Just give it all you got. Get out of the bathroom, I get back into it. I feel good. Again, I feel energy is good. I'm still feeling solid. Still, conditioning is good. Legs are getting a little bit tired, but I still felt good. I still felt like I still had a lot left in the tank. So, I'm going down Charleston, passed by the gym. So it was just a cool experience to pass literally right down this street here by our gym. Because that gave me another sense of fire. That was at like mile 14, I believe, like 13 and a half, mile 14. I passed by here and that gave me this like fire, because I just thought about just everything, man. I thought about our gym. I thought about our members. I thought about how far we've come. I thought about the fact we literally started as a free boot camp at a park, man. The park right here on Charleston as well, which is right behind us. So all of these memories just started coming to my head. I started thinking about all that stuff. I started reminiscing, and I felt this immense sense of gratitude. And it was kind of gratitude too, man, because I'm so thankful. I'm so for everything, man. For him, for the vision, for our members, for what we are doing. So yeah, we just kept on pushing, man. So that was about mile 14. Felt really, really good. I felt good me until I want to say mile 18 is when I really started getting some doubt in my mind. At mile like 17, I was experiencing something with my shoe, on the inside of my shoe. I felt like something was like hitting, and it was like against my foot, on the inside of my foot. But I wanted to stop and I was like, bro, just keep going. And yeah, we just tried mile 18. I think it was mile 18 if I'm remembering this correctly. It was all downhill. It's this ramp going up onto the freeway to kind of curve into the path. Took my ass out. Pace was very consistent up to that point. I was holding like that 8:30 to 8:40, 8:50 pace. Yeah, after that hill, man, the way my legs felt, I couldn't recover. Like my legs taxed, man. I felt like I was about to cramp. I had plenty of electrolytes. I had plenty of water. So I knew it wasn't dehydration. But when I tell you guys, like, I couldn't recover my legs. My conditioning still felt good. Like, I still felt my energy, but my legs got taxed from that hill. Because it was a good hill. Funny because they even had a little sign that said, "What the hill?" Funny. But yeah, man, it was brutal. I am really proud of myself though, because I kept running, like stopped running until 23. Mile 23, everything hit me. Like I felt so tired, extremely fatigued. I felt like I had bricks on my shoes and I could not lift my legs up. And yeah, dude, like at point, I actually, and I kept telling myself like, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, but stop, man. I literally had to like, after mile 23, it's a matter of fact, after mile 21, it was a mental battle, right? Because even from 21 to 23, I had to like really push myself to keep running. I was like, bro, just keep running. Even if you slow down, just keep running. Don't stop. Just keep going. And then yeah, we got to mile 23. It's just like I hit this freaking wall, man. I couldn't move. My legs weren't working. My quads hurt. My knees hurt. My feet hurt. My lower back started to cramp. My shoulders. And then on top of that, I was wearing my Camelback, which I freaking love that Camelback. But on top of that, I was wearing my GoPro, which I don't even know why I wore the GoPro. I didn't even get any footage. I didn't even think about the GoPro the entire time I was wearing it. But I was wearing both of those straps, and I felt that I could not breathe. Like I couldn't get a full breath. And I didn't just really start to feel this until then. But I couldn't expand my lungs. Like I couldn't breathe. And it messed me up because I got a little bit of anxiety from it. But I just keep going. I did this far. Like keep going, keep pushing. Again, there's a lot of walking, jogging, running, walking, jogging, walking. Like 24, and I felt every mile. By the way, after mile 23, every mile felt like I had just ran 3. It was insane. I was like, I kept looking. I was like, bro, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I feel like I've been running for freaking days. And you know, mile 29, I literally started going through. I had to dig. Started going through my head, and I thinking like, dude, you're not gonna finish this. There's no way. Like, you can't finish it. Step was a fight. Single step was a battle. And I even saw like, you know, I thinking of like highway patrols on the side. You're like, man, do I just ask them for a ride? You start thinking like, bro, like I'm not gonna make it. I need to call a medic. Like what? You know, start going things in your head. But I think that part right there is the most crucial part of any of these races, man, because even though I had to slow down and even though I had to walk, man, just having that grit, perseverance, that sense of like, I'm finishing this. I don't give a if I have to freaking crawl through that finish line. So we just kept trucking along, man, and it was 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and I just kept counting my steps. I kept stopping. My quads hurt. I literally felt like I was gonna cramp on my right side. And you know, people are amazing. Something about it is like people just walk by and they're like, dude, you got this. Come on, man. We're almost there. We're almost there. Little encouragement was just like so powerful in that moment. Everything in my mind was telling me to quit. Everything in my body was telling me to quit. So we get from, you know, mile 24, 25 and a half. This guy passed me, and he was probably 70s, 80s, right? But he passed me. And him passing me the way he did gave me this fire, because I just thought about ultimately my goal. Fitness, my goal with everything I do, you know, with my kettlebell work, with running, is to live a long, healthy life. And when he passed me that way, it gave me this sense of like, that's the ultimate goal, right? This man is out here, he's older, and he's still running, right? He's still capable, he's still moving. So I was like, all right, man, we gotta push, we gotta stay with him. So the last half a mile, I was able to, as you guys saw, if you guys saw the crossing of the line, man, I was beat, but I was in the jog all I could. And it's crazy because, you know, I crossed that finish line, and this is how my brain works. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, right? As soon as I crossed that finish line, although I did feel a sense of accomplishment because I finished, all I could think about is the fact that I didn't get my time. And initially, all I felt was frustration. It's crazy, right? Because everybody's like, dude, I'm like, you freaking ran a marathon, and you know, it was a 4:09, not 3:30, 4:09, and considering everything that happened and like the stuff that was out of my control, bad, right? But it was crazy because I just felt, yeah, man, I couldn't celebrate, right? It was really weird. It took me a minute, and finally, like after 10 minutes after the finish line, people cross and like sitting in it for a second, I started that sense of pride, like I did accomplish it, right? That was the first race I've ever done. And the first marathon I did was for my birthday last year, and that took me 6 hours and 50 minutes because we did pit stops, right? I took my time. But yeah, but again, a minute after sitting in it and after like really just soaking it in, right? I felt okay, like I felt proud. I was like, dude, I did. Even though like everything in me wanted to quit, I finished. So it was cool. And it was so amazing to see all of these people after me, like just finishing, man, and their emotions and just everybody, like getting to that finish line and just giving everything they could have given to that race. And I felt that. I gave that race everything I could. I gave that prep everything I could have. And I can proudly say that. Right, I didn't miss. The only workouts I missed was the 2 weeks where my foot was injured and I just could not run, which I'm really proud of myself and grateful that I didn't run, right? Because usually I would just push through. But besides those 2 weeks, I got every single workout, and in every single workout, I pushed a little more. Whether it was a tempo run, I pushed it a little faster than what I had prescribed on there. Whether it was just like an easy run, if you guys saw and you guys follow me on Instagram, I literally ran an extra 0.13 on top of every easy run. Whether it's a 13 miler, a 4 miler, a 10 miler, a 20, or actually the 20 miler I did not do it, I barely made it. But every other run, man, I added 0.13 because that's my lucky number. It's my favorite number is 13. And I can proudly say that. I everything I could have. And I gave that race everything I could have. I gotta say, it humbled my ass. Running a full marathon really, really humbled me. Goal of 3:30 came fact that I ran a half marathon, my half marathon at the Red Rock Roll half marathon. I ran that in 1 hour and 43 minutes. So in my mind, I was like, I can repeat that twice. And it was a different animal, right? Because it was like a mental game plus a patience game, plus a mental fortitude game. Yeah, it took me. It didn't out there. So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm proud. I'm grateful. Grateful for God giving me a capable marathon. I'm grateful for the opportunity to take care of the body He's given me, right? To nourish it, to push it, to improve it. And at the end of the day, man, the fight continues, right? They're still the same. I still want to live a long, healthy life. As that man that passed me at the end, man, I wanna live to that age and be able to do what I need to do and be able to run and be able to play with my kids and play with whatever without needing assistance. So that's the breakdown of the marathon, man. If you stuck around this long, man, I appreciate you. I hope I got some good stuff out of this. But yeah, now that marathon is up, we're back to the drawing board. I have High Rocks coming up February 2nd, which I will be starting prep for that this upcoming, not next week, but the following week after that. Next week, I get to go to First Form headquarters, and I am so excited. I've never been. I've been a part of First Form since I've not had the opportunity to visit headquarters. So I am so excited to go and meet everybody and be with everybody and get a bomb workout with everybody. That's the one thing I'm most excited about, which I know the workouts there are freaking brutal, but I'm excited for that. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for the future. But more than anything, I'm excited for today, right? I still take action today. I still get to stack promises. I still get to take care of my body. And 2 weeks from now, then that's when High Rocks Prep will start. So stay tuned for more videos on that. I'm going to be documenting that a little bit more than I did prep. I wish I would have documented it. This is a full-time job, by the way. Creating videos, making YouTube, and keeping up with it. It is a full-time job on top of the fact that obviously I have to run this gym, still coach clients, and just run a business, run a staff, whole another animal. But I am going to make a conscious effort to just document a little bit more of this prep. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for liking and commenting down at the bottom what your thoughts are. If you've ever done a marathon, tell me what your experience was. But besides that, man, yeah, I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day, whatever day is today. Today is Wednesday here, and it's 7 in the morning. But I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day. And don't forget, get out there and become 1% better every single day.